24 carats, I'm a Kobe. Yeah.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Chicago Bears. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. They go play action here on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him. And it'll be a loss of about 8. They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. Oh, the pressure too great. And he goes down once more. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. They go play action with Trubisky. Forced out to his left. Now Trubisky lost the football. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
After that play, I think we know one quarterback will be extremely happy if his defense can hold the opposing team to a field goal here.
The first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Prescott now after the fumble recovery. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Dancing to his left. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. Powerful running. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
While we have a second here, let's peek back to the Super Bowl. The lowest scoring Super Bowl, Charles, in history, 13-3. And it took us 53 minutes to get our first touchdown of Super Bowl 53.
Can you believe they went into the half, 3-0 New England, Stephen Gostkowski with a field goal. Then they finally tie it up with Greg Zuerlein at the end of 3 quarters of the Rams knocking one through the post. The Patriots, the 3rd team to win the year after losing a Super Bowl, the first since the Dolphins in 1972.
And, of course, the big number now for New England, 6 titles, and they are tied with the Steelers for the most ever. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Elliott, the leading rusher for the second time in his 3 NFL seasons, 1,434 yards, more than 100 better than second-place Saquon Barkley.
And the offense runs through Ezekiel Elliott in Dallas. He makes them go. And how about how he added to his pass catching this year? His numbers jumped up in a big way. So when Dak Prescott didn't have something downfield, he just dumped it out into the flat to number 21.
Escaping the pressure right. And Owen caught it up. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around. We just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hurry. Hey, you see it?
On second down, Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. Trubisky to Gabriel there for a Bears first down.
You see it?
Now Trubisky on first down. Flush to him. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Prescott on 3rd and 2. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Khalil Mack. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And the first play will be a field goal try. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Before this next drive gets going, we need to discuss the Hall of Fame inductees. There will be 8 in the 2019 class. We got Champ Bailey, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law. Who else am I forgetting in there?
Well, how about a big guy, a lineman, Kevin Mawai, who was absolutely terrific in his career. How about Ed Reed with the Baltimore Ravens and the great job he did in the secondary there? Pat Bowlen, Gil Brandt as contributors, the owner of the Broncos and the longtime scout with the Cowboys. And I love the senior committee bringing in Johnny Robinson, the safety with Kansas City.
Tony Gonzalez was a first ballot guy. And, of course, when I hear Ty Law's name, you think, wow, he started this great Patriots dynasty that we're still living in.
You're exactly right. And the Patriots, with all of their championships, probably underrepresented in the Hall of Fame.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Trubisky. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there at 22. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. He's going to air one out. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 42 yards. And the Bears can grab the lead with the extra point. Parkey adds the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Well, Charles, as the Cowboys take over here, what do you think of the season that Dallas had? Yes, they get in the playoffs, but that's now 6 straight divisional round games that they've lost.
And that doesn't make you feel great as an organization. But think about this season. They started 3-5. Ended up winning their division. Questions about their head coach Jason Garrett's future. They finished 7-1 to claim that 3rd NFC East title in 5 years. And then they added a playoff win over Seattle as well. So I think the future looks good for Dallas. I also like what they're building in terms of Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Eddie Goldman with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. The pressure gets to him again. Khalil Mack in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And the Bears take over. Well, off topic, but we'd be remiss if we didn't point out what else was happening Super Bowl weekend. The Madden 19 Club Championship, 2nd major this season, 2 more to follow. And our winner, Pavin, representing the Oakland Raiders. He took down the Vikings, and your favorite, Charles, Ivy Strafen. He had to reach for the ibuprofen after a 38-24 beatdown in the final.
Well, you know, if he was representing the Oakland Raiders, the Vikings went down, and they went down hard. That's how the Raiders do it.
How about Pavin, though, wins $100,000 for his efforts, also won Super Bowl tickets for the next day, unselfishly gave them to his father and his brother.
How about that? That's pretty cool. Congratulations, Pavin. Way to go.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. Flushed out right. Looking deep for Gabriel. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. His throw incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Trubisky. He shakes it, and he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Malik Collins in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. So a minute 55 to go in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A 1st down throw for Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there of 22. Change of scenery turned out to be really good this year for Cooper and the Cowboys. 9 games with them, over 700 yards, including that 217-yard 3-score performance against the Eagles.
And remember, that last score was in overtime to give Dallas a huge win in the NFC East to help propel them to a division title. 1,005.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Escaping the pressure right. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Here's Prescott. Flush to his right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Cooper was the intended target.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Hurry, hurry.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. Steps away to his left. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
On 1st down, Trubisky. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. That one goes for 24 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. DeMarcus Lawrence. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Out of the gun, Trubisky. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 40, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll start in a hole here as he's brought down at the 11-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And that's a good sign right there as we start the 3rd quarter. Because in the first half, not much space to run the football. And as we go into the half, we often think to ourselves, all right, what's the adjustment? What do they have to do? You know what a lot of the adjustments are? No adjustments. You know the game plan. Been working on it all week. Maybe a little tweak here or there, a little bit better blocking. And now you're establishing the running game.
15 yards through the air and a 1st down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, Elliott. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. 3rd and short yardage. Prescott flushed out right. And that's caught by Beasley. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Dallas 1st down. Prescott hooking up with Beasley. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when and told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Prescott fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and this is picked up by the Bears. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. 30, 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. We were down there. That message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Now a play fake here on first down. Buying time to his left. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Drops it underneath. Elliott. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. It's a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a running back.
Prescott now on 2nd down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. Here's Prescott. Escaping, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Khalil Mack in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Forced out to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. From the red zone now, Prescott. That is caught inside the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. They'll throw again. Prescott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jeff Swaim from 4 yards out. And now the Cowboys are within a 2-point conversion of tying up the game. And again, it's Prescott. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Leonard Floyd.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
And this is Gabriel on the catch. Touchdown, Chicago! Taylor Gabriel, 56 yards. And the Bears will add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And out now come the Cowboys. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now Prescott. Space to maneuver at the 40. Completes it right side to Cooper. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Leonard Floyd in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Kyle Fuller.